Sorry about that. Daniel versus Reysbull. Daniel playing to get on top of the leaderboard. Currently 2-1. Maybe didn't have the best day one performance overall, but got through with a solid result of 2-1. Still very much in the battle for that top 2 placement that'll get you into the upper bracket. But Reysbull needs a win, or he's going to be facing relegation. We'll see if he's able to do it today. Been a tough one for Reysbull. It's a tough group if you're not having a good time, if you're not playing your best. It's very consistent form across all the players in there. Nobody that you'd really back yourself to take down, especially since AJ's found his form. He was maybe a question mark earlier on in the year. Took a few losses. Hasn't taken them this weekend. Cosmic's been doing incredibly well. Everyone 2-1 except for Appjack. And if you think that you know, Appjack's the one that you're competing with to get promo reload, that gives you a sign of just how strong this group has been. But look at this, Reysbull getting off the mark with 2 clean runs early on. Love to see that. Just turn my voice up for you, Luca. Yesterday I realized that the in-game volume was quite low, so I thought I'd turn it up higher, and maybe I've gone too far. It's very, very hard to know, because what I hear the game really loud in my ears, but then it goes out to stream somewhat quietly. So see how this balance is right now. Let me know if it's good. Reysbull's been very in control so far. Hasn't been making mistakes like he was yesterday, and it's a good bump on Daniel. Oh, what a play underneath. You'll love to see that from Reysbull. 3-0 up over Daniel. The great fake. Daniel's victory yesterday over Cosmic, game 5. Took a 3-0 loss to AJ, who's been in very fine form, looking on top of the world. Reysbull, though, is even higher up. I'll watch this one again. Flip reset. Just an extra touch or two that forces Daniel to commit. And that's when he strikes. Reysbull 4-0. Reysbull took his losses to Evo, AJ, and apparently Jack. Game 5 to apparently Jack, to Appjack. First goal on the board for Daniel now. I do have my coffee, Sanju. 7 a.m. start. Been yawning a little bit since yesterday didn't get to catch up on the sleep. Daniel's not giving me a chance either to sleep on this one. Reysbull. Just that's the mistakes I was talking about yesterday. Misses the flip reset. And that gifts the ball over to Daniel, who's in position, playing close. Not very dangerous to play very close on that one either for Daniel, considering the only real way for Reysbull to get a lot of power there would be to musty it, and he never looked in the position to do that. Daniel's made the comeback, maybe just needed a little bit of time to warm up into this. Reysbull, not sure why he's pushing so hard in the attack here. We'll see. Just give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Just had to clear my nose. Reysbull getting another one. 5-3. Reysbull's going to have to work hard. Good bump coming out from Reysbull. He gets it back. He's going to play the possession, and this is what I'm expecting with the 2 minutes and a 2-goal lead. But actually, he gave the ball away, comes back for a fantastic challenge. He pinches straight into the net of Daniel. Well, if Reysbull wins here, we get into a very interesting position. Because so far, everybody in the group is 2-1, except for Appjack, who is 1-2, and Reysbull, who is 0-3, and this would really even out those results. Would be more likely to be tiebreakers, potentially very large tiebreakers at the end of these 5 rounds. Can't really call it this early, of course. Can't even call this game this early, but we do know what's at stake. It's a lot of money, considering you don't have to share it with teammates. First couple of rounds, the first 2 stages, I should say. This is a 3-stage competition. Has half the prize money as the final stage. The final stage is the biggest one of them all. Longer competition as well, and that's worth double the amount of money. $10,000 for first place in the 3rd stage, $5,000 in stages 1 and 2. And Reysbull, when he's got some time on the ball, man, he's deadly. Taking Daniel out here. If Reysbull loses this series, Sublimax, I do not think that he will really have a chance. It would be up to Appjack then to also lose his series, both his series, and then for tiebreakers. And Reysbull doesn't have very good tiebreakers at the moment either. So I haven't crunched the numbers, but he needs to at least go very close to have a good tiebreaker. And basically needs to win, otherwise rely on Appjack. That's why there's a lot of stake on this series in particular. And Daniel, of course, if he wants to get into the top 2, he must win this series. Great flick from Daniel. Very difficult to get a flick like that you can follow up on while getting the height over the top of your opponent. Daniel's shown that perfectly. A good bump. Reysbull has to use his boost to take it back. That's his advantage. Daniel just has to hope that Reysbull makes the mistake like he did earlier. Reysbull grabs a flip reset. It doesn't touch the ground. Actually, Daniel has a chance. He took that flip a little too early. Reysbull and Daniel's tied it up. Reysbull's made a massive whopper of a mistake. And Daniel scores on 0 seconds. It took 2 mistakes back to back from Reysbull. First with the flip reset play, not getting enough power to get it past Daniel on 0 seconds. Playing it a little too early as well, so when it hit the ground, it was able to bounce. And Daniel's going to do it. Oh God, Reysbull. The pressure was too much. He was playing for his tournament life. He's gifted it all away, wrapped up in a nice bow for Daniel, who worked hard in the final moments. Unbelievable signs and sights here. I'm somewhat taken aback. I do not know what to say. I thought Reysbull had the bag. I was talking about what happens when Reysbull wins the series. He had control of the ball. He took it to his back corner. Daniel had to just hope that Reysbull would make the mistake, and he did. And that's been multiple cases, air dribbling the ball out of defense, that he has made that mistake. And it's so counter to what Reysbull has been doing so far in this series. On the offensive side, he's been so good, so controlling, so dominant. Oh, God. Reysbull, please. I want him to win so that he can fight and have a great round 5, but I don't think it's going to happen right now. Oh, it is falling apart here for the Chilean superstar. Hopefully he's not too tilted. We still want to see a incredible battle. There's that air dribble out of defense. And he's worked it this time. Not going for the flip reset, playing it direct. Playing it fast too. Very surprising for him to get that third touch and also increase the power. Very difficult to do. Maybe that's what Reysbull needs to do. No longer with the flip resets. That does, flip reset out of defense does have a portion of the play that slows it down, slows the ball down, and gives your opponent a little bit more time to play on the touches. Reysbull not expecting Daniel to turn. Still feels like Daniel needs to warm up into this, but what a better warm-up than that 0-second and overtime play. Reysbull should have kept him under the pump from the beginning. We saw Daniel get a quad flip reset yesterday. Feel like once he's confident and going, he's unstoppable. One of the big 3 1v1 players of the North American region when he's at his best. And Reysbull's given him that chance and even a game to get to that confident position. Reysbull now 1 goal behind, has a good shot opportunity, wins the race. Tie it up. Daniel a little unsure whether he could turn on that one. Reysbull, I do back him. He got caught out in the last play with Daniel turning very quickly and him not expecting it, but he doesn't let that affect his decision making on the following play. Still backs his decision making to know that Daniel can't turn on that one. Reysbull looking again for the just straight air dribble play, trying to get a lot of height, surprising amount of height. This time a bit more difficult to get it over the top of Daniel. Mistake here from Daniel, but Reysbull's first touch is not going to be good enough, and a bump from Daniel on his road through forces Reysbull to give him space. This is going to be a tough defense. Reysbull does well though, as Daniel, the ball went a little bit too far away from him to get the outplay. Reysbull's flick is going to put some pressure on Daniel. Plays the fake. Something that is impressive for Reysbull. Is he happy to take his time? He's gone all the way from the dribble out of defense again. And once again, has gone for the same, more direct air dribble play. One thing missing is just a fake out the flip reset at least, if he's going for that. And see what the flip reset does. It forces Daniel back to respect him and not go for that early challenge that was successful in the last 2 plays. And Reysbull's going to go it again. He's like a metronome. You can time it. Every 10 seconds, he's going to go for that air dribble out of defense off the back wall play. And it's been very, very unsuccessful once again. What's that, 3 in a row now that he's been scored on? Well, not 3 in a row, but 3 that he has been scored on from a mistake. Trying to dribble it off that back wall. Maybe needs to change it up a little bit, huh? Feel like Reysbull's very confident going to that back wall position because he knows that gives him space. People aren't going to challenge him there. But he needs to find his space in the midfield. We've seen him be successful. If he can do that, especially in game 1, he had some space when he created some opportunities right in front of the net. He was so deadly. Oh, Daniel. Oh, Daniel. Well, Reysbull's read it. Maybe a counterattack here. Quick shot. Goes high as well. Maybe knew that Daniel was going to get back to the net. Forces him to use boost. Daniel collecting pads. It's done well in that regard. Flip reset out from Reysbull. Once again forces it high. Forces Daniel to use the little boost that he does have. Oh, and not the touch from Reysbull. Massive mistake. He'd worked so hard to keep all the pressure, but it might be a mistake the other way. Daniel can't get back to that one. And that's what pressure does. Daniel wanted to go for the 100 boost in the corner. And that's what cost him in the end. He spent too long on too low boosts. Tied up game. Love that cerebral play coming out from Reysbull. Couple mistakes though. That's what he's going to have to work on, Reysbull, if he wants to not get relegated out at the end of today. Ooh, flip reset underneath. And once again, Reysbull's been reading those. It almost feels like Reysbull should play a more defensive and counter-attacking style. Wait for moments of Daniel overcommit with those flip resets, and then quickly turn it around, because his defense when he's set has been very good. Still not sure on this play of always going to the back wall from Reysbull, and there we go, Daniel, great 50 through. Very difficult to stop Daniel when he's got time in the air, and 13 seconds left. It is not looking so good for Reysbull right now. Go. This is his chance. Has the flip reset. Fakes it. Not good enough for Daniel to beat his defense, and Daniel will take game number 2 as well. It is now 3 match points in a row. Daniel, if he can get a 3-0 here, puts him very good stead for getting top 2. Reysbull pretty much needs to win at least 2 more games, preferably 3, to even have that chance of getting through out of the promo relos at least. In a very, very tough position so far. Very much a shame for Reysbull, because right at the very beginning of the last season, RLCS 22-23, he put in a lot of work in the off-season in ones and became one of the biggest threats in North America, a surprise threat in North America in ones. Maybe just hasn't had that same venom since focusing on his threes game. Talked about this a lot yesterday as well. You don't know how people are going to shape up for this tournament, because everybody's been focusing on threes for so much of the year until this last month, where off stream everybody's going to be practicing a lot for the $100,000 tournament. Likely means that they'll come back a lot stronger. Kickoff goal for Daniel, just to tie it back up. Feel like with 2 games up as well, Daniel's going to be in a very good position to take a few more risks. Playing very direct here as Reysbull been forced into a bad position now, and that's giving some space to Daniel. First touch very, very high. Surprising that he actually followed up on that. Well done, Daniel. Up to it early. Difficult position. If Reysbull takes the shot, he needs to cover that. And is that the server gone down? That could be bad. That could be very bad. Let me just check if let I hope the server didn't go down. What was the score? Was it 1-1? What was the time? Can somebody note that down for me, please? Otherwise, I'm just going to rejoin and hope that the lobby's still up and it just disconnected me from the game. Okay, it just looks like I got kicked from the game. So we are all good, back into it. Thank you for marking that down, Gimpy. Unfortunately, we missed a Reysbull goal. Unfortunate, but I'm glad that we didn't have to reset the... redo the match. Glad the server didn't go down and it was just something to do. Is Steam disconnected me or Sonic servers disconnected me for a second there. Throwing off a little bit of my momentum, but we'll get back into it. Reysbull and Daniel back at a tied B. So we're basically back to where we were. Reysbull didn't have the speed underneath there to really threaten the net for Daniel, so he's able to stay underneath that ball, and Daniel's going to actually steal the boost away. Reysbull then has to collect Daniel's own corner boost. Oh, and Reysbull with fake out manages to get Daniel to take a shot. Reysbull in a couple of awkward positions to make these saves, but he's managed to take the boost, get the possession of the ball as well. Good boost control so far for Daniel on the defensive end. Look at that. He's still on 100 boost despite having to make multiple saves. He's gone too high on this one. Expected the early shot. Reysbull plays it very patiently. Able to force him high and crunch it underneath. Daniel still almost got enough on it. Maybe this is the comeback for Reysbull. Unfortunately, in my mind, I'm expecting the mistake to come out. That's been the big problem for Reysbull. He's been in the battle every single game, but he's had few unforced mistakes. This one, not so much. This was very much a forced play coming out from Daniel. Reysbull also has to be careful of the air dribble bump in that play. Daniel has some more room on the ball. Flip reset. Reysbull collect that. Thank you very much. Very interesting there to see Reysbull take the ball high and take ball cam off, just so he can follow Daniel the entire way. Knows where the ball is roughly from the indicators, and realistically, just from touch, from feel, from experience, you know how hard you hit the ball, so exactly where it's going to be. And there we go, Reysbull, strong challenge. Just gets out off the wall a little bit earlier than Daniel. Make sure that he wins that 50. I've seen Reysbull in a situation like this before. In a leading position towards the end of the game. Game 1, of course, 0-second mark was the real problem for Reysbull. Oh, Daniel's got an opening here. I think if he just went direct, Reysbull had already made the mistake. And it would have just been a goal. But I don't think Daniel expected him to be out of position that much. And Reysbull gets the counter-attack. Nothing better to reel somebody in. Sometimes being a little off guard yourself. Daniel's now got a monumental task. 40 seconds to bring back 2 goals. If he wants to win the game, Reysbull might be getting the first on the board. Huge position here for Reysbull. He's gifted the ball away. Daniel can't get the bump, and that means he also can't get possession of the ball. This is frustrating for Daniel. He can't challenge here. Just has to wait for the Reysbull play to end, and which he does. And once again, it is that Reysbull mistake. It's on target. I really hate this from Reysbull. How many times does it have to not work for him to actually just stop doing it? I don't know. 11 seconds now. I'm seeing it coming. I feel like it's going to happen again. 6 seconds. Boost possession over to Daniel. The bump from Reysbull is enough. Reysbull takes the win. Manages to get one on the board. Daniel may be changing cart. We'll find out. Man, it's so dicey with the Reysbull lead and the fact that he wants to take it back to the back corner and go for the air dribble. Eventually, those air dribbles end up with him pushing the ball too far away from himself. And because he's used his boost and he's high up in the air, it makes it so that he can't recover in time either. So it's just such a weirdly risky play from a safe position on the back wall. We go to game 4 though. Mostly looking to see if Reysbull stops making the backboard dribble plays. Maybe he doesn't back himself to beat Daniel in a solid midfield game, and oh well. He's gifted that one away, didn't have boost, and Daniel just chases him down. Reysbull has been taking the ball to the back wall so often that after that first touch, Daniel can just put pedal to the metal at supersonic and just catch up to the ball before Reysbull even can. He was also on very low boost, but didn't have the same level of momentum, the same run up to get to supersonic speeds. Now Daniel maybe showing him how it's done from that back wall. Getting the right touch just to keep Reysbull out of it a little bit. Now Reysbull takes an early shot. Just testing Daniel early on in game number 4. Here's that space. Daniel floats there, gets demoed away. Reysbull turns, shoots. I know we've got some Reysbull fans in here. There's no excuse to that, guys. You can't think of any excuse. For a second there, it felt like Reysbull's like, yes, I got the demo. Oh, I should go grab the 100 boost. Oh, actually, I could just score. I should shoot. And by the time he'd actually taken the shot, he'd rushed himself. Oh my goodness, Reysbull. When you're in 1v1s, sometimes it's not how good you play, it's about how bad you play. These little mistakes are what cost you goals, and in this case, single goals are costing Reysbull games. You could at least be 2-1 in the lead right now in the series. Game 1 was his. So far, game number 4 is all Daniel. It's a good steal from Reysbull. Can he get back in time? Yes! It was tough. He had to flip underneath it just to get a little extra speed. It was almost going to be an own goal, so happy that it didn't happen. Daniel staying underneath this ball. He's playing a good position, good spacing coming out from Daniel. Reading that flick as well. Goes up early and Reysbull beats him to the ball. He's back on the board. We've seen that a few times this series. Some quick cuts have been enough. And the double fake out. Reysbull playing a slow kickoff as Daniel fakes it entirely. Love to see ones when both players making adjustments on the kickoff. It makes this a lot more interesting scenarios. Daniel with a big demo. Now there's the space. Gonna go direct. Straight under net. A 2-goal lead once again for Daniel. Originally looked like it was going to be in the position to take it off the roof, to get a flip, to maybe even go for some flip reset plays, but he recognized Reysbull was going to respawn and get back. He needed to go as fast as possible. Ooh, big bump, big bump. Reysbull's going to be in trouble. Daniel knows he's on 0 after the kickoff. Even secures this side boost, so Reysbull just living on pads at the moment. Done quite well for himself, just gets enough power. Boost should be spawning behind him. He grabs it, 100 boost. Daniel saw it. Reysbull going high, gets back down to the ground. Good defense so far. As Daniel has been toying back and forth, stealing boost, stealing possession. Will he know that Reysbull is on almost 0? Reysbull in such a bad spot as well. That was brilliantly. A touch so close to the backboard that Daniel can't follow up on it without just pinching it away. Will it be the monster flick? Well, Reysbull was expecting a monster flick. He goes early. And it goes behind him. Daniel is getting a little bit extra on the left-hand side. 3-goal lead now. Reysbull has to fight back. Daniel's in a mood, it feels like. Just a controlling mood. I feel like with a 3-goal lead, he's going to be more than happy and willing to be that person who steals the boost away. Keeps Reysbull low. The touch was just good enough from Reysbull in that last play to stop Daniel from grabbing his corner boost, and that has given Reysbull a chance here. Early flick, but Daniel's not committing too much. You can see he keeps his boost high. He didn't really want to force a massive flick out. Reysbull tries to go low. Reysbull has to turn back, gets the boost. Will he get this one underneath? He's done well. I don't mind it. Reysbull. First touch, flip reset, and somewhat of a plan B to get it underneath and past Daniel. 35 seconds. Reysbull's been in this leading position. Daniel, though, is he going to be susceptible to these last 30 seconds attacks? Reysbull tried to challenge underneath, tried to 50 underneath. Getting multiple chances here. Daniel, big clear. Doesn't have any boost, though, but the extra touch is going to only slow down Reysbull's counter-attack. Daniel collecting pads on his way back. Will it be the air dribble bump? Yes, Reysbull has a chance here. Low-scoring affair. And Reysbull back in. Daniel delayed his jump. Still can't get up. Shepherded in by Reysbull. No real path to saving that ball. Reysbull, 7 seconds. A big win on the kickoff from Daniel. He's staying underneath it, getting that extra touch. Will he get the bump? It's forced Reysbull into the air. Reysbull popping it up. He's got Daniel contending, bumping, keeping him away from it. Daniel staying very close here. Bumped off. No boost, though, to get the dribble the entire way, and he can't get the 100 boost. That's going to be it. Daniel takes the win. A 3-1 affair, but a very well-fought battle from both sides. A very surprising series overall. Reysbull, I would say, should be very disappointed overall, given that he gave up a couple of those games.